what do we have here? We have a controversy. I feel like I'm the last one to talk about this. I got a bunch of other stuff going on, and I didn't even notice that it was happening until a couple days ago or whatever. Artisan, what did you do? You stepped into shit, right? They pulled some Growth type shit. If you were around, if you were doing knife stuff, I don't know, 6 years ago, maybe five or 6 years ago, Grow, the kind of off-brand Chinese knife maker, was one of the early adopters, I guess, of putting out D2, like at a good price. I guess before that, D2 was kind of on the higher end. It was a nice steel, good steel. It was a new good thing. And then they kind of adopted it, and other companies did too, and it sort of became everyone's steel for a little while, and then it's today it's known as a budget steel for sure, but back then it was it was kind of a higher end steel for a lower end price kind of. And Grow had a bunch of knives that had D2 written on their blade, but when they were tested, it was found that they were like 8CR, something like that, So Artisan has been up to that same kind of shenanigans apparently, but not quite as bad, in my opinion. They have this steel. This is an example on this Artisan Arian. I don't know what the heck it's called, but I'll put it up here. It has this AR-RPM9 steel. And what it's supposed to be is similar to the fairly common knife steel that's 9CR 14 MOV. And that's definitely one that, used to be kind of considered good many, many years ago, and now it's the budget. Kind of the bottom of the budget end, really. Like, maybe 8CR would be the bottom of the budget end. Anything below that, the Gerber 7CR is, poo-poo. So you got to be a little better than that. So 8CR, 9CR, kind of the bottom of the barrel of decent budget steels. But this is supposed to be a powder form version of 9CR, so it's supposed to be better. This AR-RPM9, okay? It's supposed to be better because it's powder form. What does that even mean, powder form? It's something like, instead of an ingot that's just melted steel formed into a bar, it is a powder form so that it's more evenly distributed. All the different metals that are in it are all evenly distributed. The carbides that are in the steel, once it gets hardened, are a little smaller, so it's has a more consistent edge. Maybe it's a little tougher. I don't know. It's not that much different, really. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be some huge difference, really. Now, to be fair, maybe I'm not the right guy to even talk about this because I'm not really a big knife steel guy. I don't have big feelings about the knife steels, I don't have to have the best knife steel. I'm pretty happy with decent knife steel, okay? Like D2. A lot of people hate on D2. I love D2. Here's a Kubi Titius, whatever it is, in D2. Kubi makes some outstanding D2, or uses some outstanding D2. I don't think they make it, but they use really good D2. It stays sharp for a long time. It holds its edge really good. Doesn't seem to rust on me. Now, this is coated, so maybe that's not quite fair, but it seems like their D2 is really well done. So, D2, that's good with me, man. 9CR, it's okay with me. Here's a 9CR. This is the regular old form of 9CR, which apparently Artisan's isn't too far off of. So this is a San Ranmu, and it is in 9CR. I think it's 9CR 14 MOV. Let me double check. It is 9CR 14 MOV. So, I don't notice that it's a terrible steel or anything. It's good. It's fine. Anyway, the three steels that we're talking about here basically are 9CR 14 MOV, kind of the standard, bottom line 9CR steel. And then we have the steel that RPM9 is claiming to be, which is a powder form steel, okay? And it's supposed to be maybe what you would say the highest form of 9CR would be, okay? And then what it turns out that this stuff really is a spray form 9CR. And that's different in the process by which they created it. I'll link the Knife Nerds analysis video down there so you can actually learn from someone who knows what the hell they're talking about. But anyway, so what this 9CR really turns out to be is kind of something in between what powdered 9CR would be and what ingot plain 9CR would be. So instead of being here at the top of the 9CR pile, it's kind of in the middle of the 9CR pile. That's how I see it anyway. It seems like Artisan is claiming that, to simplify, they didn't understand the difference between their spray form 9CR and what would actually be powder form 9CR. They didn't understand that that was two different things. I don't really buy that. I think they probably did know, and I think they didn't expect anyone to do the analysis that would show that it wasn't powder form. Now, I could be wrong, who knows? But that's kind of just my gut feeling on it, is they knew that there was a difference. But, maybe, the spray form uses a powder, so they figured, it's semantics. We can get away with calling it powder form. It's fine. People like that powder form stuff. CPM 20 CV is powder form. That's a high-end steel. People really like that. But sometimes, like on this 6-leaf, you can get CPM 20 CV pretty cheap. Is it properly hardened? Is it the best 20 CV? Well, I think it all comes from Crucible, so I think it's going to be good 20 CV. But is it hardened enough? Is it, done right? I don't know. Who knows? So, how bad is this? How bad is what they did here? I mean, as far as the product, how bad is it? I don't know. 9CR. It's okay. It's probably not quite as good as this, spray form 9CR. What does Civivi use for some of their stuff? 9CR, the old, what was their first one that was popular?
You mean the Elementum?
Doesn't matter. They've used 9CR and stuff before. This is a $100 knife from Civivi, and it's this pretty Damascus, and it's probably about 9CR. What about 154 CM? That's supposed to be, decent steel. I find it to be pretty soft and need sharpening fairly often. Probably not much different than 9CR in that regard. To me, anyway. 14C28N, supposed to be the best budget steel. I find it mostly, and for most cases, most makers make it fairly soft and it needs sharpening fairly often, kind of like 9CR. Is it better than 9CR? Probably, but not significantly to me. I find D2 to be better. I'd prefer D2 over 9CR and most of the other ones. Maybe there's some 14C that's really well done that I would find better. I don't know, but good D2 I find to be, really good, really acceptable. I mean, here's some 14C that cost frickin', $110 or whatever the hell this one was, because it's got titanium handle and it's, cool, whatever, but it's kind of expensive for, budget steel.
Maybe you should sue Civivi for damages.
What's that? No, I don't think.
Since your feelings got hurt.
No, I wouldn't do that.
But if you win, you could buy knives with decent steel.
No, I don't really care that much. It doesn't bother me, so why would I do that?
A class action suit could get all your knife buddies' money too.
Yeah, I mean, I could, yeah, but I feel like that's kind of a jerky move when it doesn't actually hurt me at all.
Someone is gonna do it.
Yes, they probably could be in for a class action lawsuit. That's true. That could actually happen. Listen, let me get back to the video. Thanks, Kendra, for your input. It was very helpful.
Sorry your steel is shit. Have a nice day.
You have a nice day, too. I don't remember enabling Kendra. I thought I had her turned off. Oh, well. To me, the bottom line is something like, what did we even know about this steel ever before they came up with it and, put it in their knives? There's no other RPM9 steel that I know of that you would compare it to. So you could say that, well, this one isn't quite as good as the other RPM9 steel. If you've bought knives with this steel, you know how it performs. It performs about like 9CR. So, in the actual real world of, are you getting ripped off? I don't think so. But in the world of, was it a shady thing to do? Yeah, I think it was kind of a shady thing to do. I actually do. Is it going to make it so I never buy Artisan again? Oh, hell no. I'll buy their stuff anytime. They make good stuff. And would it make it so I don't even buy this particular steel? No, I'll buy it all day. Because I mean, like I paid 45 or 50 bucks for this thing. It's a great knife. It needs to be sharpened, you know, every 3 or 4 times you use it if you want to keep it super sharp. But that's, well, like, because it's 9CR, like I knew it was. Same with this one. Now, I don't sharpen it very often, like hardly ever, because I have 100 fucking knives. So what the fuck do I care if it's slightly less cool steel or not? You know, I don't give a shit. So again, I might be the wrong guy because steel's not really, I don't really care that much about the steel. I don't want it to be so damn soft that it's, you know, complete gas station bullshit, but 9CR, good steel. Was it AR-RPM9? AR-RPM9 steel, pretty good steel. Good enough. You decide. Have a nice day.